Welcome to Everquest video number 14, Everquest footpad video. I call this poison making of the future. I think I could call it something more corny, like tomorrow's poisons today, or something like that. Anyways, what we're gonna do, because I play on a TLP server, okay, there's certain poisons that I don't have access to yet, and so for expansions that come out in future content, the purpose of this video is really me just doing research for upcoming expansions and looking at various poisons that are going to come through the woodwork. Rogues are going to start getting new DPS and utility poisons for themselves, but they'll also get some utility poisons that they can trade to other classes. So this first video in the Poison Making of the Future series is basically going to be on tradable poisons. We're going to cover the poisons that we can trade to our DPS classes, our fellow DPS classes that are working alongside us when we go raiding, as well as our tanks. Poisons that can help them maintain aggro. One thing I want you to keep in mind is that when I'm going through this content, because it's content that I haven't actually done yet, if you're playing on the live side and you see something that I haven't covered, or maybe something I'm not saying that's quite accurate, just let me know, because that information stream goes both ways. I'm making this for the benefit of people that haven't played through content that I've played, but I'm also making it for the benefit of myself, so that someone watching these videos could say, hey, maybe DL needs to mention this. He hasn't mentioned that, and so it goes both ways. So anything that will make me a better rogue, if you can give me some updates and lessons for improvement, definitely, I appreciate all of that. So anyways, here goes. Okay, let's cover the first of the tradable poisons. I would say probably one of the more important ones, and what we're going to be doing is there's going to be a lot of text here, cycling between Everquest Trader's Corner and Alakazam. So the first thing I'm going to look for is something called Scorpion's Agony on Everquest Trader's Corner, and I'm going to look up Scorpion's Agony on Alakazam. Okay, so Scorpion's Agony, let's just click on Scorpion's Agony 1 here, and Scorpion's Agony 1 here. Alrighty, so what this does, Scorpion's Agony Poison Strike, is actually the proc that comes off a blade that is applied to the blade of a tank. So this could be the main tank on a raid, so a warrior or a group tank, like a Shadow Knight or a Paladin. It has two effects, with a resist check of poison, so it's a poison-based damage. Decreases hit points by 1, but calculates to the max level. So if you're level 85, it does 85 hit points every time it procs, which is pretty nice, and that'll increase aggro. But it also increases hate by 5 at level 1 and by 461 at level 115. Okay, so it's a big hate increase with a direct damage component to it. That's just the very first rank of Scorpion's Agony. Okay, so this is a hate poison that's tradable. Let's go into EQ Trader's Corner, and you can see where all this stuff is sold. This is all vendor bought. So this is purchasable, and the trivial is very low at 64. So if you are a master poison maker, this is completely trivial. The success rate will be 100%. And this thick suspension fluid, this primitive poison vial, this emulsifier, and this weak Gormar venom are all sold by Laurent Thuleth in the Western Trader Building in Plane of Knowledge. It also is sold from all these other vendors in Abysmal Sea, Plane of Knowledge, Crescent Reach, Shadow Haven. Okay, but for Scorpion's Agony 1, everything is vendor purchasable. Okay, so let's just go back and look at like the 10th rank of Scorpion's Agony, Scorpion's Agony 10. Turns out that all of these materials are store bought except for this concentrated grade AA Gormar venom, and this drops off Plane of Nightmares from horror hobgoblins. Okay, it also says a level relative drop from many creatures across many zones. So I think what's been reported has been horror hobgoblins, but around a level 60 mob will drop this concentrated AA Gormar venom. It's kind of a rare drop. And let's just see what Scorpion's Agony rank, Scorpion's Agony 10. Let's see what that. So we go to Scorpion's Agony 10 and see what this does. This casts Scorpion's Agony Poison 5. So the proc is going to be called Scorpion's Agony Poison 5. Alright, so this does the same basic thing with its primary effect, which is to decrease hit points by 1. So if you're level 85 hit points. It also increases by hate by 16. So it increases your hate by 16 at level 1. 1726 at a level 115. So this is a dramatic increase in hatred. But so you have to go and farm this material, this concentrated AA Gormar venom. So, and this trivial is at 295, so it's very near to your max skill. So the only thing that really differs is how much hate reduction the poisons do, and the fact that you have to go to increasingly more difficult zones as you go to higher and higher grades. Go to grade 11. Go to grade 11 down here. This requires a refined grade A Gormar venom, and this drops in the plane of air, plane of earth B, Rajarkin, okay, Stone Root Falls, the Accursed Nest and the Hive, so some Depths of Dark Hollow zones. So increasingly difficult zones will drop this refined AA Gormar, this refined grade A Gormar venom. And let's just go back and look up Scorpion's Agony 11. There it is. And click the. This is what. So the cap will increase to 1956. So there you have it. That's the one of the tradable poisons. We can show you where these zones are, but like I was saying, a lot of these are, just knowing where to go and what level mobs drop them. Let's go to Plane of Nightmares and check out the vendors and see where some of the stuff will drop. Okay, so here we are in the Western Trader Building. Go to Plane of Knowledge, head west, go to the southern part of the Western Trader Building, and here's Mr. Lauren Thulith. He sells poison-making supplies. He's the guy that's going to sell you the components for the Scorpion's Agony. The Scorpion's Agony 1, and also some of the components for Scorpion's Agony 2. I can show you how to get to Plane of Nightmares. It's not hard. You're basically exit the Western Trader Building and head to Plane of Tranquility, and let's go ahead and go there and find some horror hobgoblins. Now I think that that horror hobgoblins is what was reported to Everquest Trader's Corner way back when the poison was originally added, but I think it drops off like level appropriate mobs. So whatever level those horror hobgoblins are, I believe that grade AA Gormar venom drops pretty much off any level appropriate level mob that's comparable to those horror hobgoblins. But again, I'm in an expansion where the Gormar venom isn't dropping yet. and the trade skill components aren't sold yet, so I really don't know. This is literally the precipice of my knowledge. So, so anyways, you go to this little building here, cut left, and here is this little, you click on this little metallic thing on the floor here. It's kind of hard to click in, so there you go. And Plane of Nightmares is great. I love Plane of Nightmares. So, it's interesting, I think might have said that the horror hobgoblins, as well as any of the hobgoblins there, they drop hobgoblin meat, which we can use to make hobgoblin surprise, which we can use hobgoblin surprise, that trivials at our max, max skill, so you can max out your baking with Hobgoblin Surprise. But Hobgoblin Surprise is also a sub-combine, and that can be used to make this Quarkin's Timeless Trail Ration thing, which gives you 15 AC. So one of the sub-combines for this Quarkin's Timeless Trail Ration is the Hobgoblin Surprise. So there's other reasons to come here other than just grade AA grade Gormar Venom. So, alright, so here are the hobgoblins. Sorry about the lighting, but it is Plane of Nightmares. So, Alakazam says we're looking for horror hobgoblins. These guys are level 58, so I'm guessing level 58 mobs. And I like just going through here. This is a great place to farm, by the way. We go into the water. Go down here. Alright. Okay, we swim up. I'm going to figure this out, I promise. There we are. So we're going to go one way, this way. There's a horror hobgoblin. There's one right there, and he is level 59, so about level 60. One thing I love about these guys, they don't run. And he dropped Tainted Planar Essence and Rhenium Ore. So, there's another horror hobgoblin up there. And just go kill him. So, anyways, these would be the guys that Alakazam says to kill. This hobgoblin meat is used to make Hobgoblin Surprise. They drop it quite often. So if you want to get your baking to max skill, we can do that here. Let's see, when you're in Plane of Nightmares, see this harrowing hobgoblin? I think it's just the horrors. They do assist each other. So I don't think that this one would be in this guy's assist radius, but let's just see. I love that. Look at that. Look at that triple backstab. He just had no chance. So, okay. Alright, there you go. Yeah, so you hunt around here looking for AA grade Gormar Venom. Alright, let's get out of here. Okay, so we covered the poisons that our tanks use. It helps increase our tank DPS as well as it helps them maintain aggro. I think that's probably the most important tradable poison that we're going to see. There is also Spider's Bite, and there's like 20 ranks of them that are listed on EQ Traders here. I think what we'll see is something very similar, that the initial rank of Spider's Bite, and by the way, Spider's Bite is a DPS poison. It's used to basically increase the DPS of a DPS class like a monk or a berserker or a bard or a fellow rogue, but rogues have even better poisons. available to them. They can cast on themselves only. So there's more utility with self-only poisons. But Spider's Bite can be tradable. They can be given to any class. And kind of like the Scorpion's Agony that we saw, there's these. The initial rank is all store-bought. When Differentiator is going to be this weak Nigra Venter Venom, the initial rank is purchasable from Lauren Thuleth. But as we go up in ranks of Spider's Bite, so say we go from 1 to 10, I'm going to go to 10 here. So again, we've got concentrated grade AA Nigra Venter Venom, Emulsifier, Fine Poison Vial, and Thick Suspension. So these final 3 are vendor purchasable. This grade AA Nigra Venter Venom drops, it looks like Depths of Dark Hollow Zone, so the Ascent, the Hive, Undershore. Okay. One thing that I don't quite understand when we go from Everquest Trader's Corner to Alakazam and we start looking up what the Spider's Bite Poison Strike, what the effect does. They all say decrease hit points by 1, max none, calculates to current max level. You know, when I check on these, it looks like they have the same poison resist adjust, so I think they have to do more damage depending on what rank they are and how hard they are to make and how rare the ingredients are. But from what I see, they have the same basic effect. So yeah, so I mean, if you know, ask your guildmates to look out for the Nigra Venter Venom as well as the for the Scorpion's Agony. Have them look out for this Gormar Venom for the Scorpion's Agony. So Gormar Venom and Nigra Venter Venoms, and you know, you can turn them around and make these recipes for your, you know, your tanks and your DPS classes. I'd say definitely keep an eye for that stuff, and I'd say these are probably the main 2 tradable poisons that I'd keep an eye on. There's a whole bunch of new utility poisons and DPS poisons that rogues have access to just for themselves. But I think of the tradable poisons, I think probably the number 1 will be the Scorpion's Agony. So that's going to be the Gormar Venoms that we're going to look out for. Please, correct me. If you're playing on a live server and you know better, please correct me. But I'd really like to know what differentiates the poison strikes, what differentiates one poison strike from another, because from what I understand, they're just harder to make. Well, that's pretty much it with tradable poisons. My next video for poison making of the future will cover utility poisons for a rogue. It's what rogues are going to be applying to their own knife. It definitely, as the name suggests, increases the utility of the rogue, so they can certainly expand our role and show where to farm, certain farming locations, certain similarities when you, as I did today when we're going between Everquest Trader's Corner and Alakazam. A lot of it's just reading recipes, figuring out where stuff drops, and later trying to figure out what era those poisons unlock, and then trying to put them to use. So a lot of it's just trying to do some reading, just as we would for the next expansion on a TLP. Try to inform yourself as to what's going on in the next expansion. You're kind of doing the same thing with poison making as a sort of a niche trade skill. Trying to learn as much as you can and apply it to the next expansion. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you for the next one.